guys, it's Michelle from Little Mama's House. Welcome back to my channel. And today I have a quick video for you. Last night I attended the Louis Vuitton end of year party at my boutique, which is the Natick, Massachusetts Louis Vuitton boutique. I was invited by my SA Kylon, and so I wanted to do a quick video talking about what it was like, what there was there, what we did, and also to show you the bag that I picked up while I was there, because one of the bags I had dropped off for repair happened to be finished, and it had arrived actually yesterday at the store, so it was just perfect timing that I could pick it up last night during the event. So I received an email about a month ago inviting me to attend, and so I asked my friend Linda from Casper Home Life, her channel is linked below, to attend with me, and she was happy to go. So we had never gone before. It was a new experience for us. We were really excited. So I ended up carrying my case of hobo. I was thinking of bringing my pochette Matisse, but I had way too much stuff to bring with me. I couldn't condense it all into the pochette Matisse. So I ended up carrying the case of hobo, and Linda borrowed my citadine. And I was really excited when we got there. We went in, we were served champagne, we were served hors d'oeuvres, and everybody was there, so it was really nice to see all the SAs. We saw Kylon, we saw some of the other SAs who were all very friendly, of course, and very happy to see us. And what was also very exciting is that I got to meet Fern. Hi, Fern, who is one of my fans on the channel, and she also shops at that same boutique. So we met up while we were there for the first time. It was really exciting. And Fern took some pictures, and so it's okay with her. I'm going to insert those here. I didn't take any pictures. I completely lost my mind and forgot to take pictures. I wanted to show you a couple of the things we got. So they had a calligrapher there, and they were doing custom hand-done Christmas cards for everybody, which was sort of cool. It was something a little bit different. I got this one. Let's see. I just made it say Christmas 2016, and it says Louis Vuitton's embossed. Down here it says Louis Vuitton, and then there was all little cute little animal stickers, and some of you who have been following me for a really long time know that I am a planner girl, so I plan to use these cute little winter animals in my planner. They're really adorable. So that was very nice, and all of this artwork that's drawn on here was hand done by the calligrapher. It was awesome to watch. It was a really cool thing to see somebody do that live in person. And then what was so sweet was that as we were going to leave, Kylon gave me a card that she wrote. It says, "Happy Holidays, Michelle, love Kylon," which was so nice. I was so surprised. And that was so sweet, so I'm going to, of course, keep that too. And one of our running jokes is that I tend to save these. I think I've mentioned that to you before. I probably have like 20 of these, 20, 30 of these floating around in my jewelry box. I like to keep the receipts that I get inside so that I always know, if I were to sell something or whatever, if I had something repaired, I always have the record of it, and for whatever reason, I keep them in the envelopes, and then whenever I have to buy something, I usually put money in the envelope so that I have it set aside for what I'm gonna get, and then I just, Kylan's like, here's my envelope, and I usually just give her my envelope, so we always laugh, so she gave me some envelopes. And then as we were leaving, Kylon came back out, and for myself and for Linda, she gave us the lookbook, which is the holiday lookbook for this year. And inside of the lookbook, there's all these really cool Louis Vuitton stickers, which I want to use in my planner. I have 2 Louis Vuitton planners, and I will make a point to try to show you next week how I use them and how I set them up. Somebody requested that video, so I'm going to try to do that next week. But she gave us also each a copy of the lookbook, which is nice because I keep this as a good reference because it has the names of everything in it, and so if there's a bag that I'm looking for and I'm looking for it pre-loved or secondhand, I can always reference back to say, oh yeah, this is when it came out, this is how much it was when it came out, and this is the correct name and the correct color name. So I like to have these. It has holiday pictures of everything that was new over the holidays, and of course gives me ideas of things that I want to get and add to my list and whatnot. So she gave us that. And then the big thing that I picked up, and the thing that you're probably all actually watching to see, is the bag that I had repaired the latest. And this is, I don't remember if I showed this when I got it, but this was a limited edition bag. It's the Boetie, the Louis Vuitton Boetie. Okay, and it has that chunky hardware that when I see it on a Louis Vuitton, it's my favorite. I love the bags with this type of thing, and I like vintage. You can't get this anymore. It's not made. And when I saw it, I actually traded for this bag on Mimi's Treasures. You guys know I recommend her highly for authentication. She also does resale. She is linked below. And this bag, I made a trade with her for something that I wasn't using, and I traded for this guy, which was in excellent condition, except the only problem it had were that these two corners had been damaged. They had something, we're not really sure what, it almost looked like something acidic had spilled, and they weren't darkened. I mean, they matched the rest of the patina. The patina's pretty, it's honey patina, but it's not dark, it's very light. And they matched the rest of the bag, but it almost looked dimpled, like if somebody had put a little bit of acid. I know it sounds crazy, who would put acid on a Louis Vuitton, but it almost looked like acid splashed against the bag. It looked like a splash, and had left little dimples all along this bottom corner. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't bad. But me being me, I knew it was there, and I didn't want it to be there. I did clean it. I tried to minimize how it looked. I did, tried to work some magic on it. And even though you couldn't really see it that bad, you could feel it. And I didn't know what had spilt on the bag. I didn't know if it was something that was going to get worse over time and with use. So I just opted to have those replaced. And so since I didn't want to do just one corner, we did both. So as you can see, those two new pieces of the shutter are there on the two corners. And those should patina up pretty quickly. It's not that the rest of the bag isn't so dark. This will match quickly. But I was pleasantly surprised that when I got it back, they had also replaced this top trim, and I didn't pay for it. I didn't ask for it to be replaced. So there was no notes or anything. So I said, even when Kylan opened it, she was like, oh my God, look, they replaced something. And I don't know if maybe when they were doing the repair to the bottom, they somehow damaged this little piece of trim. It didn't actually take that long compared to some of the other repairs I've had done. So it wasn't that it was particularly a long repair, but I don't know if maybe something happened to this and it was damaged while they were fixing the bottom, but they replaced this. I'm not going to turn down for repair, of course. So anything that puts it in better condition than it was in before is always welcome. So they replaced this top trim. I did not get charged for it. There was no additional cost for it. So I was sort of excited, almost like, haha, I got one on you. If one could even ever say that about Louis Vuitton. But they replaced the top trim, which was very nice of them. So inside the bag, there was no flaws at all. It was perfect as usual. Actually, when I think when I got it, there might have been some purple ink in it. Yes, there was purple ink in it, but I removed it and it all came out. It wasn't a lot. It was just a couple of little spots, not even enough to really make a video to show you how to remove it. But I did remove that when it came, now that I recall properly. So the bag zips up like this, and then it has the koala-ish. It's not really true koala. It's more like a turnkey, but it has the turning lock right there. And that's the Louis Vuitton Boetie. And I plan to use this bag, of course. And then it also, of course, got my little repair card to show that it has been repaired. I always keep these too. If there's ever any question, if I were to, not that I'm going to, but if I were to go to sell this and somebody said, well, why is this vachetta lighter? I just pull out the little repair card, see I got it repaired at Louis Vuitton. It's a real repair. It's not, I'm not trying to pull one over on you. It was really repaired at Louis Vuitton. And I like to keep that kind of history with the bag because it's part of the bag's story, and it should belong with the bag. So there is that. Now for this repair, for this repair, let's see, I think I paid yes, here it is. was $540, which wasn't too bad. Because this was a limited edition, and this is something I didn't know, the cost of repairs is generally based off of what the cost of the bag was initially. So to repair, for example, a Speedy or a Neverfull is always going to be less than to repair something that's a limited edition like Boetie. And to repair all of the leather on this, because I did get a quote to just replace everything so that it would, like I did with my Manhattan, everything would match, everything would be perfect. So I got a quote for that, but it was like astronomical. I think it was almost $1,000, if not over $1,000. I think it was maybe even $1,200. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows, but it was really quite a lot. And considering that I traded this bag for something that was worth about $400 to $500, it was a lot. So I didn't want to go that route, but it did need to be repaired. So I did the two corners at $540. I think it was like $280 a side, obviously. And because I'm so OCD, I would never just do one side. So it had to be both. But it's back. It's ready to go into circulation, and I was really excited to show it to you. So that is my overview of the Louis Vuitton holiday end of year party and the repair on my Louis Vuitton Boetie. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to subscribe. I do have some more tutorials coming this week. I will get that planner video to you hopefully in the next week or so. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.